Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. Now, reportedly now that apparently Jose Mourinho has apparently had discussions with Harry Kane of potentially making a move to Old Trafford. What it had leaked out in the press the other day that Man United were willing to plot a staggering £170 million for Harry Kane. Now, we know now probably this day and age is worth more than Neymar. PSG have made the headlines so far for their pursuit of Neymar for £196 million. So it's also reportedly Real Madrid are interested in Harry Kane as well. And he said apparently Man United are willing to put £170 million in for the best striker in the Premier League. He's on the same level now as Ronaldo and Messi, as we all know. He's progressed for 3 years as Harry Kane. The process, I think Man United went for him a couple of years ago, but we never got a deal over the line for Harry Kane. But for me, yeah, I don't really see him leaving Tottenham, especially at this moment in time. You know, Tottenham have been very, very consistent last couple of years. Postecoglou's a very, very good manager. And he did say Man United are willing to put £170 million bid in to get the services of Harry Kane. But he has not ruled the Spurs exit out. I think he's happy at Tottenham is Harry Kane. But he has not ruled an exit out, and he has not really said much regarding his future. Having him and Lukaku would be a fantastic partnership, you know, at Man United. You know, considering that Lukaku's hitting form, Kane's doing very, very well as well. And I think they complement each other fantastically well. If Harry Kane was ever to make a move to Man United, I don't really see it happening, but it reported in the press a day or two ago that Man United are willing to plot £170 million bidding for the player. He's got 11 goals in all competitions this season as Harry Kane. He's got 84 in the Premier League. He's got over a century of goals in all competitions. You know, he's won the Golden Boot last couple of years. He's won Player of the Month in September as well, PFA. And, you know, made his senior debut back in 2011 against Hearts in the Europa League. And when he's been on loan at quite a few places, Harry Kane. But apparently Man United, Jose Mourinho may even make a move for him. Apparently I think he's had discussions with Kane in this situation. But Real Madrid have been interested. Real Madrid, obviously, you know, with a big, massive club that they are a big, massive club at Real Madrid, you know, big fan base, fantastic players, and they weren't really satisfied with their window, considering they have got a lot of good players. I think they only bought a couple of players in their team. I think they generate quite a bit of money as well for the departure of their players. But as I said, if they want to get another player or two in there, at least they have to maybe sanction one or two players off the Real Madrid. And as I said, Bale is the most likely one. In the process. So, yeah, with a Harry Kane, I'd love him at Man United. It is a dream that I don't think will ever come true, but he has not said much regarding his Tottenham future, and they've been very consistent the last couple of years, as I said, being unlucky not to win the league. You know, they haven't won the league since 1961. Tottenham have been very consistent the last couple of years. Wembley, they haven't done so well, haven't won that in the Premier League, but away from home this season, Tottenham have been absolutely sublime as well. And also, you know, with the Danny Rose situation, as I do keep updating, he's now, I think he's now come back from long-term injury as Danny Rose. He's been out since January as Danny Rose. He did say Man United were reportedly willing to put £50 million bidding for Danny Rose in January. This is due to that he's been officially left out of Tottenham's calendar 2018, and it did say Man United are going to will to make a move for him in January 2018. He's got a deal, I think, until is it 2001 or something like that? His annual deal was it September 2016. Did Danny Rose in the process also won, you know, the PFA, and you know what he did. You know, he basically said he will to reject Chelsea, and he would prefer the move to Man United with Danny Rose. It's going to be maybe hard to do business with Danny Lever, especially. It's going to be hard to do business with Danny Levy, depending if they're willing to accept any offers for Danny Rose, especially from Man United. But the player did say he does want to make the move, as I said. He criticised the club back in August, you know, due to the lack of investment in the window. And he said he felt as though he wasn't getting paid enough money. He felt as though he was underpaid. Did Danny Rose and explain this, but he'd made apologies in the situation as well. And all in all, he's made 135 appearances and scored 9 goals as Danny Rose. He has been at Tottenham Hotspur now 10 years as Danny Rose, but good, strong, good at darting forward, good at holding the left back position very, very well is Danny Rose. And I do really, really like Danny Rose in the process. Very, very good player is Danny Rose, and good defensive distribution, very good attackingly, and I think he would dramatically improve our left back position. He's been on loan. He started with Leeds. That's where he risen up the youth ranks. He went to the likes of Bright, and then he's been on loan to the likes of Peterborough, Watford, Sunderland, Bristol City as Danny Rose. So yeah. And we know I think he's just now recovered from long-term injury as Danny Rose as well. But at that left-back position, I still have concerns. Obviously, Ashley Young's our best left-back at the moment. Since he's come back, Ashley Young's been phenomenal. Luke Shaw's only played 45 minutes since he's come back, so he hasn't had much of an opportunity. And if Danny Rose was to come, that could maybe see Luke Shaw go. He's got only 2 years remaining on his contract in January as Luke Shaw. So if we were to get Danny Rose in January, that maybe see Luke Shaw leave the club as well. We've got Darmin that's been playing there, Daley Blinn that's been playing there, but left back position is a place that we still probably need to reinvest in the process. And now some latest news now regarding Mesut Ozil in the process of, long speculation saying that he's being linked with a move to Old Trafford. It's also said that Inter Milan are reportedly interested in Mesut Ozil as well. What he's basically said is that Arsene Wenger now is actually convinced he will stay at Arsenal, because obviously he has admitted he does make Arsenal better, does Ozil. He's one of the best in the world. This is what Arsene Wenger has said. He hasn't been in action since September the 9th as Mesut Ozil in the process, but he has been linked with a move to Old Trafford. There's been talks about that going on. Whether I believed if there were a lot of trustworthy in it, if he had any faith in it, I don't really know. I'm not quite sure, guys, but obviously, we're fantastic with Jose Mourinho, Real Madrid, won honours there, made over a century appearances, did Ozil. He's been at us since 2013, this is his 5th season in the process, now made over a century appearances as well. But yeah, he's a player that's good at creating chances, as I said. Very good at providing assists as well. And the contract talks have stalled, as it did confirm the other week, between Ozil, the player, Arsenal Ozil and his representatives. The contract talks stalled. He did turn down 275,000 a week from Arsenal. He was demanding a higher wage, but when he's demanded that higher wage, no team has been willing to pay that off, that wage that he has been demanding, which I think is over £300,000. Ozil could maybe stay still. He'll become a free transfer next summer, just like Alexis Sanchez will, or he could go in January if he doesn't sign a new deal. But I think Sanchez, yes, he's going to definitely go to Manchester City in January, as I said. But Ozil, as I said, very good. I do like him. He does operate in the number 10 role very well. Also was in Bundesliga for 5 years as well, was Ozil, and Arsenal paid a record fee of £42.5 million for him, highest paid fee for the German player. So there's still talks about that. Whether he'll move or not, I do not know, guys. I really do not know. And with the Sanchez situation now, it is looking like now Sanchez is actually going to go to Manchester City. I think that is his preferred destination. He's coming to a conclusion of his deal. He's not going to be signing a new deal, as we've known for quite a long time. But we know there's been a catalogue of teams that have been heavily linked with him. There's been Munich, there's been Paris. He's been spotted in Paris quite a few times in August. Man United have had a slight interest. Chelsea, AC Milan, Real Madrid. So many teams have been interested in Sanchez. Manchester City are mergers and front runners in this, and I think City are presumably going to get his commenced services in January, and I think City are just going to get him for £20 million. I think he prefers the move to Manchester City, to be quite honest. He'd elevate to a higher level. He'd be officially a better team, not overall, but obviously considering the difference in amount of money Man City have spent, Arsenal have hardly spent any money. They've generated a lot of money, and plus, City, he's going to be challenging for leagues. He's going to be in Champions League football. Any team he goes to, that teams are being linked to him, he's going to be competing more than he's going to be than he is at Arsenal. But obviously, Pep Guardiola, fantastic with him at Barcelona. He's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons. He's risen up the ranks for underneath. He's now made over century appearances for Arsenal Football Club. City was so close to get a deal over the line for him. They had a 50 million bid rejected, initially 60 million bid accepted, but Arsenal couldn't find that replacement in the process of Sanchez. This is why a deal never materialised, and he just said he wanted Champions League football. He's another one that turned down a wage as well as Ozil. He turned down, I think, 300,000. He was demanding £400,000 a week. So yeah, I do now think Sanchez, he's still giving 100% for the team when he plays, but Arsenal are convinced he is going to go in January, and I think it is going to be Manchester City as well in the process. But it's fair to Arsenal, they're going to have plans for January. To be fair, since the Liverpool defeat as well, they have done pretty well of Arsenal, to be quite fair. Since the Chelsea draw, I think they've won 5 out of 6 games of Arsenal as well. But their target is this season is to probably just progress in the Europa League or try and get a champion, try and get back into the Champions League. Arsenal Football Club, and we'll see what happens. What else was I going to say? And with the what else was I going to say? And with the Dele Alli situation, now I'm going to update you guys on right now about Dele Alli, another fantastic young age prospect for the Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Apparently now he's demanding a higher wage. He's Dele Alli in the process. Apparently now he's demanding that he wants for him to stay at Tottenham, because there has been talks about Real Madrid interested, Man United apparently interested, and apparently he did say he was actually considering changing agents, because obviously there's Raiola there who has strong connections with Man United, George Mendes out there who has strong connections with Man United and stuff. And they did say they could secure Dele Alli and move to either Man United or Real Madrid. He would elevate to a high level. He'd be a much bigger club. But I think Dele Alli is actually demanding 160,000, is it, a week? So this will make him the highest earned player at Tottenham. If this does go through, which I think, with that offer, it's hard to turn down. But he's demanding that he wants all that money. Tottenham prepared to pay that kind of money. As I said, 160,000 a week for Dele Alli. But fantastic young age prospect, as I said. Very competitive, very tenacious. Risen up the ranks fantastically well with MK Dons. Tottenham, this is his 3rd season in the process. Tottenham paid £5 million for MK Dons. As I said, won PFA quite a few times. I think Tottenham, I just want to be in the process of securing him a contract extension, Dele Alli. I think he's got a deal there anyway until 2021 that Dele Alli's got there. I think it's 2021 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I think it is that he's got a deal to there. And since he's made his senior debut in 2015, Dele Alli's been fantastic. What? So yes, as I was saying, Dele Alli, very good young age prospect in the process. Well, what else was I going to say? Yes, also about the Thomas Lemar situation, as I did update you the other day about him as well. Another good young age prospect is Lemar, and it did say the Monaco president had actually come out and said he could be likely to leave Monaco next summer. Obviously, it was an Arsenal main priority target during the August window. Arsenal never got a deal over the line for him. And
the vice president of Monaco had confirmed that Arsenal and Liverpool had been interested. He said Arsenal were the closest to getting the deal over the line for him, and he also said that Lemar did want to make the move to the Premier League, and he did say the chances in January are very, very unlikely, but he could go next summer. Could Lemar said he can play anywhere in the middle, he can play anywhere on the left, on each flank, well, anywhere in the middle, anywhere on each flank as well, can Lemar. So his versatility, very, very good, and his progression for Monaco has been fantastic. His progression for Monaco has been fantastic since he's been there. He's an ex-champ player. He's Thomas Lemar. As I said, I think he scored 19 goals, 17 assists in all competitions last season, did Lemar. He's an ex-champ player. Made 32 appearances with Chan. Monaco paid just over £3 million for him back in 2015. And this is his third season now, I think, in the process. With Monaco, he's Thomas Lemars, but he was, Monaco, who raised a lot of money, in the window for the departure of their players, won the La Liga first time in 2 decades. Lemar was one of their star performers, also progressed well in the Champions League as well. Arsenal had 2 bids in the process rejected for Lemar, and then Liverpool had come in as well. They'd have 2 bids in the process rejected for Lemar as well. But they just didn't get a deal over the line because Monaco were reluctant and were resisted to offload the players. So teams may go for him next summer as well. And you've also, got the MA Champ situation with Liverpool. I think Juventus are still actually interested in the player. It did report that Manchester United were actually interested in MA Champ as well. But apparently that he's coming to an end of his deal. Liverpool, I think, are in the process of actually securing him a new deal. But apparently he has actually been trying to demand a release clause as Emre Can and his deal. But it has not materialised just as... Yeah, but Emre Can, I like him. He's a good young age prospect. Can play anywhere in defensive mid. He can play defensive mid. He can play centre back. Plays a full back. Versatility very, very good. Good in the Confederations Cup, as I said. Made over 100 appearances now for Liverpool Football Club, as I said. Very, very good with Bayern Munich. Risen up the ranks with the reserve team with Munich. Was at Leverkusen for just 1 season, was it? And then Liverpool had paid just nearly £10 million. And since he's made over 100 appearances. And he's in a pretty good form, he's Emre Can. So it says Juventus were interested in him. He did say Man United the other week were interested in him as well. Because Jose Mourinho's still looking to address our midfield more in the process. And you've got the Philippe Coutinho situation looking likely now. He's actually going to go to Barcelona. He's looking likely he's going to go to Barcelona. He's Philippe Coutinho in the process. He did say Barcelona willing to put £120 million in for Philippe Coutinho, because obviously Barcelona were heavily into him during the August window. Never got a deal over the line, though, did Barcelona. Barcelona, got the likes of Lucien Dembele. Barcelona got the likes of Nelson Semedo, Deulofeu, but their main priority target was Philippe Coutinho, but they didn't get a deal over the line for him. He wanted to make the move to the player, but obviously due to the Liverpool owners and the Liverpool board and Jurgen Klopp were not willing to accept any bids whatsoever for Philippe Coutinho, who has got a 5-year deal with Liverpool Football Club. He's made over a century appearances now as Philippe Coutinho. Could he be named in today's game? I'm not quite sure, but we'll be doing the build of that. If I get a bit of the team news up, we will be discussing the team news of that game. But what I'm going to say now, yes, Coutinho, as I said, ex-Inter Milan player, ex-Espanyol player, and this is his 5th season with Liverpool, and he's become one of the most creative, agile midfielders. Philippe Coutinho, 14 goals, 7 assists last season. And Barcelona had bids turned down from Liverpool. Barcelona had 3 bids turned down, 72, 89, and £114 million in the process. But Liverpool were not willing to sanction him off because obviously, where Liverpool's problems lie. They still need to strengthen the defensive area up. They still presumably need a number 9 because they know, where the problems lie, and they know where the problems are, and they could still revive their interest in Van Dijk in January, because that may be their main priority target, in defensive terms. Well, Van Dijk, Liverpool did nearly get a deal for Van Dijk done in the August window, but a deal never come to a process. In the process, a deal never come to an agreement because obviously Southampton were not willing to offload Virgil van Dijk. He said apparently he was a key essential player for Southampton's team. He's got a 5 or 6 year deal with Southampton. Southampton purchased him £13 million from Celtic, where he did pretty well at Celtic, to be quite fair. And won Players of the Season. And due to an illegal approach back in June, Liverpool had ended their interest, but apologies had been made in the process. And Van Dijk, I think, has actually made, nearly 60 appearances now in the Premier League for Southampton, scored 4 goals or something like that. But Liverpool were actually close to getting a deal over the line for him, but it never ever materialised in the current process of that. What else was I going to say? And yeah, what else have I going to update you on? And as I said, with the Chelsea situation, with Alex Sandro, as I said, I think Alex Sandro, obviously, very, very good fullback, as I said, can play anywhere on the left. Very good at driving forward, good at beating oppositions one-on-one, is Alex Sandro. I do really, really like him, guys, to be quite honest with you. Juventus are a big club in Italy, they've lost quite a few of their key players in the last couple of years. But Alex Sandro, apparently Chelsea may revive the interest in him in January. Chelsea are actually heavily linked with Alex Sandro. There was in August, I think Juventus in the process of turned 2 bids down from Chelsea, but Chelsea may revive the interest in him in January. I think Juventus are trying to actually secure him a new deal with the club until 2022. He's got a current deal until 2020 with Juventus, and also Juventus are looking to boost his wages up as well. But Chelsea are convinced they can double his wages and offer more wages out than Juventus can. Then offering more wages out than Juventus can, and Chelsea convinced they can get us, I think, around about in the region of a 60 million deal over the line for Alex Sandro. The ex-Porto player did well there, won honours, was there about 4 years. The ex-Santos player on loan as well, and he's done well since he's gone to Juventus as Alex Sandro. So Chelsea, obviously Conte, they did get a few players in. They did spend quite a bit of money like United did, City did, but he still wasn't satisfied with the window because he missed out on a few main priority targets, did Conte. Obviously, for their game against Palace this weekend, Palace are not in very, very good form, as I said. Haven't scored a goal yet in the Premier League this season, lost every single game in the Premier League. And I don't think it's going to be long before Roy Hodgson loses his dressing room, to be quite honest with you. Just like Fran de Boer did after basically 4 games. That must be the shortest tenure of a managerial career I have ever known. But Chelsea going, they are doing well. I don't think they're in the same calibre as Man United and City are this season at the moment. I still think they'll be in the mix. But Chelsea obviously have got Conte out, I think, and they've got Morata out as well in the process. That's going to be a miss for them going into the Crystal Palace game. Also, but yeah, it's looking very, very interesting. Said Lacazette's good for Arsenal. He was good with Lyon. Morata's good for Chelsea. He was good at Juventus and Real Madrid. Romelu Lukaku's fantastic for us. 11 goals now in all competitions. Not far from it in a century of goals. And Kane, best striker in the Premier League without a doubt. Aguero, fantastic for City. So I think it's going to be between United and City this season. I'm going to be, quite fair. It's going to be between them two this season for the league title, in my opinion. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel, subscribe to my channel as always, and take it easy, and I'll see you later. Bye.